XSL Labs, let's talk about it. This is a blockchain project that's focused on actually using your digital identity with Web3. So really having this be fully decentralized, all owned by you, and not having a third party, anyone that's centralized, tamper with your digital identity. And currently, with if you just take a step out of Web 3.0, out of blockchain, you go, okay, what are you being identified with? Well, you have your passport number, you have your driver's license ID, you have your social security number, and I'm interested in projects that are doing these same things, but on the blockchain in a more decentralized manner, where it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what your name is. What matters is what you do on the blockchain. So verifiable actions done on the blockchain. And this is something that Bird.finance, which I've talked about in another video, it was a very, very low cap when I began to talk about it. And essentially what they're doing is kind of innovating in the credit score space. So what they're trying to do is having a credit score for your Ethereum addresses, okay? So that's what Bird.finance does. XSL Labs is even more kind of up and coming, in my opinion. This is a very, very interesting project. What we're actually going to do here in a second is jump over into my computer, analyze the project in detail, and really explain everything that they've been doing. And I wanted to make this because it was actually a comment request, and after doing further research into this, I really, really like their ideas. Now, I'm not recommending you just FOMO into this. With all these altcoins that I talk about on this channel, I always recommend watching the Do Your Own Research video in the description down below so you can really understand it from a fundamental, a technical, and a sentimental analysis perspective, really merging all those three, forming your own thesis for each of your investments. And it's not just in the crypto space. We also talk about emerging market real estate, stocks, bonds, all these different things, commodities, really anything, even alternative investment classes like wine, like watches, like cars. All these things are assets, and currently I personally am most bullish on the blockchain space. That's why we're going to jump into XSL Labs and really talk about your Web3 identity. So let's hop into it. All right, here on the official XSL Labs website, which we will have linked down below in the description, you can see xsllabs.io is the domain name. So the internet of trust, your data belongs to you. You can actually see here, we'll click on this here in a second, where you can actually get your SYL. But this is a really, really fascinating project because there really isn't a lot of content around this when you're searching about it online. But I think this is so important. We'll also have their white paper linked down below. So if you want to go really in depth on this, we won't be covering the white paper in today's video. We'll really just be covering what they say on their website, because with most projects, they do a really, really great job of detailing the fundamentals on their website. And then if you want to go into more of the technical fundamentals, so there's technical analysis, which is like looking at the charts. But then there's technical fundamental analysis, which is like if you're into coding, if you're into more of like stock to flow, different things like this. You can actually go into the white paper and dive a little bit deeper into these projects. I talk about that in my Do Your Own Research video linked down below in the description. So XSL Labs is committed to deploy a new tool that will allow digital identity to be tamper-proof and decentralized. Through an ecosystem offering alternative services and its interoperability, secure digital identity will integrate perfectly with all the solutions of an increasingly connected Web 3.0. So this is something that threw me off a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm curious. If you're watching this and you're from the XSL Lab team, what is this? 30%? Like what? It doesn't say anything. Slyoshi, SY, yeah. This needs to be fixed, guys. If you're watching this from the XSL Labs team, So I'm not exactly sure what that is. Can't really comment on that, but it needs some fixing. So development, the ecosystem, XSL Labs will offer a decentralized identifier called an SDI, a distributed decentralized application store called the SYL library. So that's kind of their token, I guess, the SYL. They don't have an official token, so that's why usually in these videos we have CoinMarketCap up here in another tab. But our other tab, how about this? We can actually do tokenomics. And pull that up here in a second. But some of these website things do bother me. This is one thing. Anyone who's watching this, if you've ever thought about building a website, always have it open in a new link. It helps your SEO. It helps your overall website. Like any of these things, when you click on these, when you're programming the website, this is a little aside, but when you click on them, it should be open a new link, okay? So when it clicks and it reloads the same window, it's not so good. So let's get back to business. Sorry for that little aside, but that does kind of bother me as far as web development, because this isn't just about crypto. This is also about how you market yourself. So interoperability between the ecosystem services called One. They will work as a single tool to make their user experience easier and more enjoyable. So they're partnered with Pulsar, SDI, SYL Library 1. So let's see what happens when you go get your SYL. I'm pretty sure this is like your customizable SYL. Your kind of like digital identity for Web 3.0. So this is loading pretty slowly. I have very fast internet, but it must be a big thing for XSL Labs. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, so bear with me. Okay, so yeah, this is something where, if you want to do this, you can go ahead and do it. Yeah. So I'm not going to do this right now. I'm just interested in researching this project. I'm not going to, I'd be interested in doing this later, but, seeing something like this on the website, guys, like this is just an easy fix. I don't know why they don't fix something like this. I do like what this project is aiming at for, but like, what is this? What is this? Explain to me what this is. What is $2? What is $2? What is 30%? What is stacking? Explain this. What is this, guys? Come on. This is a little ridiculous. So if you go to the token and sale, SYL will be the utility token of the Pulsar distributed network. It will be necessary for the creation of SDI for the execution of smart contracts and will be usable within the ecosystem to access the various services that will be offered within SYL library. Price, so price evolution, current phase. So it's like 0.002 cents per SYL. Okay, so yeah, interesting. If we look here, distribution, token symbol SYL, number of decimals 6, 1 SLIOSHI. What is a SLIOSHI thing? They gotta explain this. Okay, maybe in the tokenomics. Okay, so this is the SLI ecosystem. Developers, you're seeing the SLI ecosystem, decentralized application and DEX tools going to the users. Then you're seeing the token going over to the developers, the DApp and the DEXT going back in. So this is kind of like their rotation phase, but you also see this kind of move into the exchange. Yeah, so this is kind of basic. You see this from most ecosystems. Like this is a basic roadmap. So the SYL was designed to allow transfer of values, purchase of subscriptions and services, execution of smart contracts. So this is what I'm curious. The locking is always interesting, but let's just cover this and then we'll kind of wrap it up. The simultaneous games. So the ecosystem will be sustainable thanks to the services deployed on the network, which will reward developers following a purchase of their decentralized application or subscription to their service. However, there is nothing that imposes a common position or goal on them. They remain free to make their own choices. XSL Lab, with a fraction of the price of the services, users through the increase of SYL's value and access to different services. So locking, we'll just cover these last things. And then let's skip locking. Some people might not be so interested in this, but basically, let's just say this. So a maximum 3 billion SYL will be sequestered by the smart contract with a low monthly release to supply of various ecosystem services and then the ecosystem. So it will consist of these different players, users of different services, developers of decentralized applications or DApp extensions, engineers who will update the DLT, third parties wishing to use SDI in their apps. And let's go lastly to expansion. I hope they have the roadmap here because, yeah, this is their grant program. So eligible projects and actors will be funded. Okay, so interesting. You can, so that's interesting. That's always good to see that they're like doing this grant program. So our offer early access grants and digital assets participation accessible to everyone. Program is accessible to all. Yeah, again, with this, I don't want to harp on website, but like, guys, this is stock photo stuff. If you're a big crypto project and you're really serious, do original photos. This is clearly stock photo stuff. Like, whoever built I don't know if you're doing this or whoever built your website, but this is a stock photo. This is a stock photo. This is a stock photo. Come on. Like, if you want to really compete in this cryptocurrency space, use legit photos. Take a picture yourself. What is this? This is at least good to see. One of these other projects we covered, it was like copyright 2019. It's like, man, that literally takes a second to use. But again, I don't want to focus. Maybe I'll make a video on like proper website design because a lot of these crypto projects that are big, like I like XSL Labs. I like what they're focusing on. But yeah, they have some work to do here. So anyways, that was all for today's video. Let me know what your thoughts. I apologize if this video took a little turn. But overall, I like what they're aiming at. I do like this digital identity on like Web 3.0. I think it's very important. Again, I've covered like bird.money and other videos, but yeah, there's just little things that's like, if you have a team, go through your assets. Think about this website as a digital asset. This is speaking to XSL Labs team. Okay, so this is your asset. People are going on this website. If you literally search XSL Labs crypto, this is the first thing that comes up. So this should be rock solid. Okay, if you want to be serious about this, like guys, come on. Like little things are really go the long way. Make this look really clean. Don't use stock photo. As always, invest global. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe button all, invest global, and until next time.